Good morning, class. Okay, so today we are going to talk about our final project in Digital Imaging 1. We've so far gone over things such as masking and selection and honestly just photo manipulation in general. Photoshop has so many different things that we can do. Well, in this final project, I want you to create a self-portrait collage. So in photo processing, even before Photoshop, artists created unique compositions combining texture, images, hand-drawn artwork, and many other things. With the use of Photoshop, we now have the opportunity to do this with even more control. In this assignment, you will first create a handcrafted collage in your sketchbook or on a piece of scrap paper, so 8.5 by 11 just letter size piece of paper, and that will be compiled of all of the things that make you you. This may involve the use of any mediums that you have on hand, from clippings from magazines to marker on paper to photos of you with your family or of pets, etc. The idea for this assignment is that you will come away with an abstract self-portrait like one of the ones you can see below. Keep in mind that there are many royalty-free images, etchings, drawings, etc. online, but we also are able to incorporate some of your own artwork via scanning it in and photographing it if you'd like to. The final composition will be to create a simpler, more precise collage in Photoshop and digitalize what you've created and sketched out by hand. So here are some examples that I have down here. You can do things that are more eclectic, like these three, or you can even do something that's more straightforward like this and do like a profile view of a face with different words and important things within it. Or even these where it's a picture, say, of you with different things coming out of your head or uh, something like that. So real quick, let's look at what I have here. This is my personal collage that I created by hand. I have some photos that I've taken myself. This is a mermaid that I created with scratchboard. Some different quotes that I find humorous, my dogs, a picture of a Volkswagen Beetle, kind of I have a Volkswagen Beetle and that's what I want mine to look like one day. And then back here I even drew some artwork. So I decided to do a collage based on first the bug and then the exhaust fumes. I thought would make for a funny shape that would kind of add to the elements of my collage and allow me to put different shaped photos together in a creative way. So this is what I created in my sketchbook, and this is what you will be doing in yours, something similar to this. Be really creative with this, and after you get this done, we'll be posting them along with inspirations and discussing them in a discussion board. So next we can look at how I digitized this illustration. Here is what I ended up doing to digitize my collage. So again, let's look at, I'm sorry, my computer's being slow. Let's look at the paper collage, the hand-drawn traditional collage here with my quotes and my mermaid and my dogs and my car. And now back to the one that I ended up doing digitally. So some things I want to point out to you are that I overlaid some different images and masked them off so you can see that within the lens of my Pentax camera is actually one of those photographs that I took right here. And I'm a coffeeaholic. So I have my coffee cup up here with my name on it. So instead of actually writing out my name, I have my name put on the poster on the coffee cup. My logo for my company, my graphic design work, is down here. It's a little squirrel with an acorn in its tail. And that is put on the Volkswagen, and the Volkswagen has the paint job that my husband and I are going to be doing to the Volkswagen once we get it fixed up. I have a color version of my finished mermaid put on here. Some hand-drawn type stuff that I thought was fun that I wish I could see the future because I'm kind of a control freak. If you look in here, you can see that the most effective way to do it is to do it. And that's the Amelia Earhart quote, and I've actually overlaid it with a drawing of a fish that I did on a calendar, just sketching, doodling. Here's a picture of me and my husband at our wedding, and then a picture of my dogs. And then in the background, you can see different flowers that are overlaid, and even the word value, which is from my senior art show from college. Just some different things that I liked about that. And then I even scanned in a version of the sketchy background here. I redrew it and I scanned it in, or I think I actually just took a picture of it with my iPhone, and I overlaid it with some watercolor looking textures back in the background. And so all of these things can be looked up on Google, things like the watercolor um, textures and free watercolor textures, free watercolor Photoshop file, things like that. Royalty-free flowers, that's what these are back here. And then of course I did all just pictures that I either took or photoshopped myself. And so I want you guys to start thinking about that too. I have things in here such as the flowers. Let's see if I can find my flowers. Yeah, right here is my flowers. And I have the opacity down to 11. And I had it on a lighten blend mode, so you can play with the different blend modes. But you can see that this is this different floral pattern here. So that's what it looks like at 100%. And I've masked it so it doesn't overlay the entire document. So I can put this back down to 11 and make it a lighten layer. I can even make it a multiply layer and it'll multiply in different places. I kind of like what it did actually here, so I might leave it like that. Likewise, I have other pictures in here. So there's my logo of my squirrel, the picture from my wedding, and you can see my masks here. If I click on the lock, though, I can actually move the photograph with my arrow tools. And you can see the flowers that are overlaying over my dress in the picture. And I can make it fit the photo however I want. And I can actually adjust it if I unlock it from its mask. So it's just kind of fun and manipulating the different photos and how they fit. I want y'all to be as creative as you can be with this. Oh, this is set to a blending mode of lighter color. So you can see that normally it wouldn't have shown the Pentax, but since I put the lighter color, where did it go? But since I actually changed it to the different color option, I can actually, oh, here it is. I can actually see the words Pentax camera, and so you can see that that's actually on the picture of the camera itself. So be creative. You can pretty much anything goes with this. If you need help trying to take it from your traditional artwork to digital, let me know and we'll work on it. One other thing I wanted to show you is one that was done by a student recently in the past year or so. And here is her self-portrait. She actually digitally painted herself and she really likes the stars, so put the star background. And then she has pictures of family and some different quotes that she really likes. And then her puppies and different things that she really enjoys that make up her dress. And so that's just something to consider. You can do just about anything. And when I say just about anything, an example of that would be you could even take a silhouette. Where is this? You could even take a silhouette, say, of yourself, and you could make it where the images just show up within that silhouette. And so that's something to consider as well when you're doing this. So like if we made this where it was just the images only showed behind within the silhouette of like my head, that's what it would look like. And so that's just something to consider. And I want y'all to have fun with this. And keep in mind, you have a long time between now and the 25th. And I want y'all to really, really, really make these awesome. Make these great. So it can be something that really represents who you are. So please let me know if you need anything. And I hope y'all have fun.